Okay. Topics in protection.
Mm.
So, house spirits, and I think this is more like, mm, I don't remember if this is like all about house spirits or this is just spirits as protective forces or entities, but we're going to just go with it. House spirits as protective forces. So, what are these house spirits? It's a spirit that can guard or guide or maintain the well-being of the home and the people inside it, but it can also be like crazy. So I'm so excited by this. They're so fun.
Mm.
So they enforce the boundaries, like what's in your house and who gets to be in your house and what gets to be in your house and what kind of energy gets to be in your house and what doesn't. They keep out malice, maybe mischief, but because if you fuck with them or you don't give offerings to them, they will create their own mischief.
Nice.
But they keep out harmful energies, ill will, other ill-willed spirits, and sometimes fire or thieves or other things like fire burning down your house, fire,
Mm.
stuff like that. Even disease, sometimes some of these are supposed to keep out. So, with all these spirits, though, it's like a relationship, like I was talking about. You have to give them offerings and respect, and then you get the protection. And if you don't give them offerings and respect that they want, the kind that they want, or you give them something else that they don't want, you'll get chaos. It's really fun.
Mm.
So they dislike certain energies in your home. So they maintain, like, I can just hear like a mother saying, like, you're going to piss off the spirit of our home, like, if you
Yeah.
quarrel, or
Yeah.
if you're disordered, or if you waste, or if you're not grateful, or whatever. It
Yeah.
seems like a way to like maintain order in your home for a mom, especially.
For sure.
So the other thing is that they're tied to a specific place, obviously. And some types of these spirits are about like an ancestral lineage. Some aren't, though. Some aren't at all. So here's the first one we're going to talk about. Brownies. Okay. This is a picture of a brownie. So brownies are from Scotland and Northern England. That's where like the story of a brownie comes from. They're solo. They're not like some say that they're like fairies, but fairies are different. Fairies work in groups. A brownie is just one per house, okay?
Mm.
They're solo creatures and they perform household chores, okay? And for food. So if you leave food out for them, they will perform household chores for you. But if you piss them off, they can be very mischievous, like many of these little spirits can. Okay, so and never give a brownie any clothes because if
Mm.
you give them an offering of clothes, they will leave your home forever and they will do no more tasks for you.
Mm.
That's a brownie. So the next one is called a kobold. Okay, and this is from Germanic regions. And some say that every house has a kobold, okay? But others say that if you take into your house any cold, wet, or dejected creature into your house, like and feed it and warm it, then you're bringing in a kobold. So,
Aw.
like, yeah, exactly. So they live in the hearth of the home. So that's in the place where there's fire.
Mm.
So they can manifest when they show up. They can show up in like into your eyes as children, animals, especially cats. Fire itself can be like thought looked on as a kobold. Other humans or objects like dolls, so can be looked at as kobolds.
Mm.
And they like kobolds, though, are a little bit different than brownies. They have to be fed at the same time, the same way every day, or they become very vengeful and they perform pranks on the family.
Mm.
But they also, if you treat the kobold right, they can bring in lots of protection and gold and wealth and grain, all sorts of stuff. So they can also warn you of danger, like a thieves are coming, or like there's
Mm.
going to be a fire in your house, or things like that. So they're very helpful little spirits. So the next one is the Domovoi, okay? And these are Slavic household spirits that protect you. So these are tied though to lineage. So these are ancestral guardians of like the spirit of the household. And again, these are linked to the hearth. So we see like the connection to the fire and the connection to like the household boundary and protecting the household is like very much tied to this hearth of the home where fire resides. So the Domovoi are very protective. They are serious, and like I said, they're tied to the family lineage. It's one of the strongest protective spirits in the Eurasian tradition. So they protect by warning of death or misfortune. They can guard livestock and like your harvests. They can do battle with harmful spirits that may want to come into your house, or witches or other entities that enter the home like unwanted. And they also are part of maintaining that moral order that we talked about as well, because they too dislike certain behaviors. They dislike conflict and they dislike laziness. I can just see, like, I love these like little creatures, but like
Yeah.
mama's friend. Like the Domovoi is gonna come get you if you don't
Yeah.
get up and get to school.
Uh,
They're gonna make trouble for you.
hmm
So they often take the form of a small old man or one of the family, the kin, or even like a little furry house creature. And so to give it offerings though, because all of these creatures seem to need offerings, like they like offerings of bread or milk or tobacco or a little bit of the evening meal. And this spirit relocates with you to your next house because it's part of your family lineage.
hmm
So if it's properly invited into the new home, it will come with you and be your friend again in your new home and protector in the new home. So the next one we talked about a little bit was like the Roman house spirit is Lares. And this was a spirit in ancient Rome, and but they weren't really spirits. They were actually gods, and they were guardians of the home, land, crossroads. So Lares, like they're super protective, and they protect physical and the spiritual boundary of the home, and they're honored at that. We talked about it before, the Lararium, which is a household shrine, which is often in the hearth. So they're guarding these boundary places, the doorways, the thresholds. They can shield you from theft, illness, and they bring about prosperity and fertility and harmony. They even protect travelers and watch over, like if your family member leaves, they watch over that family member. And you can honor them with incense, wine, small food offerings, even garlands or wreaths. And they're like, but you need to think about them different than the other ones. So, where the other ones were like helper spirits or mischievous spirits, like imps or elves or sprites of some sort, these are more like ever present, larger guardians of the home. It's just like a force, more like than like a spirit who does tasks, you know?
hmm
So then and I don't know how to say this, Aluxes or Aluxes. It's because this is from the Yucatan or Maya. And these are small little beings that are tied to lands, fields mostly, but sometimes they're tied to homes, okay? They can be like most of these spirits, They are mischievous, but these are very powerful, and they can be very powerful protectors if you respect them. Like the other ones too, like all these little
Mm.
spirits we talked about. Um, like I said, they're usually associated with a field, but you can invite an a lux to protect a prop like a home or like the boundaries of your land or a field or a sacred site, any sacred site. And they too protect against thieves, intruders, diseases, misfortune, even harmful weather. So traditionally, they have a little house that they live in. So they live in these little stone shrines and structures that are built for them. And they need to be fed, and then they become a fierce protector. So that's that. So
Mm.
a bunch of different spirits, house spirits as protective forces.